Hey, this is Willie. Got a new project today. I'm not sure if any of you guys know what this is or not, but let's give it a quick overview. Generator says simplicity. Even down there it says simplicity. Here, let me take this off. Just get a good look on what's going on. This is actually an oddball engine here because it's actually a cast iron bore Tecumseh, so that's a long life engine. And this one is a HM100, which makes it a 10 horsepower, and then being it's a cast iron bore, it's a long life engine. Not sure what year it is, but there's some information on there. Don't mind the sticker. Anyway, this did run when I got it. Was generating power. But I didn't buy it for the engine, I bought it for that. Because you look at the frame here, you'll see that the frame is actually a home brew. Made out of different pieces of scrap they had. Okay. However, this is not handmade. This is mass production right here. There's one mount there and one mount there, and then there's a threaded rod over here. Here's a quick connect pin, and here's a threaded rod that runs down to the frame. So this is your pivot point, and this is your belt adjustment. So this is actually a simplicity attachment. This goes on the back of the tractors. So let's liberate it from this homebrew stuff, and just for giggles, I haven't run this engine in a year. We'll see if it still runs. Sit you on a tripod and see what it does. I don't think I ran out of gas or anything like that, but we'll give it the benefit of the doubt and it'll probably run. So hang on. Okay, let's take a look at the oil before we get into it. Get all the cobwebs off here. See what we got. It's got oil in it. Doesn't look great, but doesn't look bad. There's no fuel shut off or ignition kill on this. Throttle is wired open or on. So don't need to worry about any controls. There's no, like I said, there's no fuel shut off on here, so that's a good sign that it'll probably run because it's not leaking out the needle and seat. Choke is on the carburetor. That way, see what happens. She runs. Now these Tecumseh engines are not synchro balanced, so they shake quite a bit. So good reliable Tecumseh, and I just had to turn the tuning screw out a little bit. So let's start the service by draining the gas out of the engine because I don't plan on using that engine on anything anytime soon. So let me get the vacuum pump set up and I'll turn you guys back on, so hang on. You have to excuse the mess. I used this to drain transmission fluid just recently, so still some stuff left in the lines. Not much gas in it. Okay, she's empty now. Now, I'm hoping this carburetor has a button to drain the fuel bowl on it. It does not. So let me get you guys repositioned and I'll show you taking the screw out to drain it quick, so hang on. Okay, I don't have a good drain pan for this, but I do have a cup I sourced from the trash. Now, it's hard to see, but there's a screw right here. We're going to count the turns up into the carburetor before we take it out. So that's about a half. That's one. About 1 1/4. So we'll pull this out and let the carburetor drain. Hopefully the gasket doesn't drop off of the jet. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Oh, this gasket is staying on the screw, so no problems there. Matter of fact, looking at the gasket, it's still round, it's not smushed flat, so this carburetor's been rebuilt not too long ago. Gas doesn't smell bad, so I'm guessing it probably has some non-ethanol in it. Probably why it still runs. Barely even yellow. It's not even red. I'm going to get some compressed air and shoot into the tank to flush any fuel in there out. This is what I'm going to use to blow some air in there. I'm just going to put my hand over it and just bump it. Okay, we're clear there. And just to flush any last of the fuel out, I'm going to put some straight seafoam in the tank to lubricate everything so it doesn't dry up and gel up. That's the seafoam I use. I can buy it by the gallon locally with a AAA discount. I put it in the stay-bill bottles and I mark 1 ounce per gallon or 2 ounces per gallon for regular use or storage. So I'll put about 2 ounces in here. So whatever's in the bottom of that tank will be diluted with that oil and prevent any kind of gelling. The tank is actually pretty clean. It's not even discolored or anything like that. So someone took pretty good care of this engine over the years. Let me get you guys back in at that carburetor. And we'll bump it a little bit more. I'm not putting any crazy amounts of pressure in the tank because it leaks out pretty quick from around my hand. We're just encouraging the flow through it, that's all. I don't want to blow up the tank or blow up the fuel line either. I think that's it. So we'll put that screw back in. So that little over 1 1/4 turns, right where it was, and we should be good. Still has the original fuel line on this thing. Okay. Okay, that engine's now ready for storage. Another thing you can do is drain the oil out of it before it sits and put some fresh oil in it, but I'm not worried about that with this engine. That shouldn't hurt anything. It's not that dirty. So let's get this generator attachment off of here. Let me get my hands cleaned up. I'm all a mess, so hang on. Okay, first things first. I'm going to undo the 4 engine mount bolts. Going to do this side first before the other, which will loosen up the belt. And I have to lift it up to get the bolts underneath because the bolts are kind of encapsulated behind this angle iron here, so I can't really get underneath there. So I got to lift it up to get those off. So another reason why you want to take the gasoline out of it before you go lifting it up. And this is a nice old aluminum come-along that we found. Has a little hand wheel on it. That's been a really nice come-along. I just grab a piece of pipe to use it. That should be high enough. That's not going anywhere. think you guys could be set up right over here. Good. Let me put you guys up a little bit higher. How's that for the money shot? I think it'll work. Anyway, always alert, I'm using impact here. I know it's a snap-on, but that was the dealer that had them. I didn't have to special order it, and it was good enough for what I was working with, so I got it. I'll leave that a little bit threaded on there so it doesn't fall off. I don't know how good this one's going to look because I'm going to be kind of in your way a little bit. We'll see. No, it seems to be going pretty good. That's why you pick and choose your bolts. There we go. I'm going to show you a neat feature on our come-along winch here. One really cool thing this thing has is this has a step-down feature here. And it can go down one step at a time. I love that. That should be enough to get that hook off. And leaving that undone, I can usually crank it up by hand if it doesn't get stuck on anything. Oops. Son of a gun. Let's get this out of the way. Boy, this thing's really being annoying. There we go. Now I can winch this thing up. A little easier with two hands. But whatever, we'll get that out of the way. Sorry for the poor camera angles, but I only have two hands. Sorry. So we'll put these nuts back in the engine. Only gotta take it off. Set you guys there, and we'll put these bolts back in so we have them for whatever we use this engine on next time. This has provisions for electric start. That's nice. Might have to take my 8 horsepower and with the stator and put it on here. That'd be fun. I think I might send this out to an engine shop and have them send out the crankshaft to get balanced better so it doesn't shake as bad. Because you can't stand to run this thing with as much as it shakes. It's hand-numbingly kind of shaking. So we'll see what we do with that in the future. All original. Doesn't seem like it has many hours on it. Even the hardware for the exhaust isn't all rusted away. Paint's all nice and clean. Even on the bottom of the carburetor, the paint's clean on it. Nice little handy engine. Now I can get you guys in there to see that coming off. I need a 3/4. Sorry, noise alert. Okay, that's one. Ah, boy, that nut doesn't want to come out, does it? There it goes. Find a good spot to grab onto it. I'll unpin this. Hopefully it comes off without too much fighting. Come on. There we go. Beautiful. Whew. That is a beautiful thing. So let me get this preposterous thing out of here. Don't need it anymore. Not sure if what I'm going to do with the wheel. I might save the wheel, put it out in my shed. Okay, it's another day. That thing is now outside. I'm probably going to put that in the fabrication steel pile because it is all square tubing and rectangular tubing. Pretty heavy duty stuff. I had to cut the angle iron to make a hitch. There's a tractor. Don't want to spoil it yet. Here's the attachment. Okay, I only have half of it. This is what I got. Simplicity. And then here's the gauge side. Now I'll show you a picture right now of what the generator with the hitch looks like that would mount onto the back of the tractor. However, I don't have that hitch. I do have a trailer hitch adapter, which I'll show you now in a picture of something that's designed to have a ball hitch on it. And I'm going to adapt it for this generator. So this is what I got. I welded the square tubing there on both sides. I welded the angle iron in to reinforce the square tubing, both sides. I could weld the bottom of it, but that'd be overkill. That should be plenty strong. Having all these welds on top here, down the side. And then I welded another piece of angle iron for the rod. So that's what I got. We're going to see how well it works. Then you set you on the tripod, and we'll put on another tractor. So. One side, the other. Okay. That's not going anywhere. Now what I found is easiest is to set the generator right on top of a jack. And don't grab it by the top, because that's not very strong. You want to grab it by the frame if possible. Tear it on there. Bring it on up. Can you guys see okay what's going on? Now let me get you a little closer. Now we can slide her on there. Let me get this rod loosened up. And I need to take this off. Sorry. Set that down the side. Bit of a snug fit, but it goes. Try not to pinch any fingers. We'll get it. Come on. Boy, it would be nice to have a drift pin. Let me go grab something to center up that hole. That should do the trick. Come on. There we go. Put a hairpin in. Try to make it a tight fit, that way we don't get a lot of wobble back here with the belt. Hopefully this side doesn't fight me as much. Yeah, didn't fight me as much. Stick the pin in. Then we can drop the jack a little bit, which we need that pivot action in order to tighten the belt. Put that in there. And I gotta readjust you guys so you can see what's going on over here. Now, it would have been nice to have this anchor a little bit higher, but I was having interference with the pan stop, so I just left it a little short. I can add more to it if I have to. That's not a big deal. Now we gotta get that pulley off because that is not the right size, so should have a tool right here that should work. Well, you know, first try. Now, I haven't put any load on this generator, but I'm told it's been tested and works. Is that really gonna come loose for me? Oh, that'd be nice if it did. Let me grab a hammer to give it some persuasion. No, looks like I need a little more persuasion. Moved a little bit. Let me grab a file and we'll clean some rust off of that, see if it moves any easier. Now I'll go grab some oil. Now we'll see what we get. off camera, so I don't need to bore you with hammering it. It's coming, just going slow. Okay, we're gonna leave that keyway right there. Now I already got myself a 6-inch pulley for a 5/8 belt. You get these at Tractor Supply. You can weld them together, get whatever size you needed. Because this was a 7/8 shaft, which was a weird size. I'm gonna have to move that keyway, so let me grab some dikes and we'll pop that off. Nice little easy trick. Then I'll use a file to clean off the burrs from the rub screws, set screws, whatever you want to call them. I'll do that off camera. I like to try and keep the keyway, the bit inside out so they don't get stuck in the groove on the shaft. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Now, I already took the tractor out to a store to match up a belt. So this should be the right size. However, I gotta go up with it. Oh, I gotta go a little bit more in there. Okay, I'm just checking the alignment here with the drive pulley. That looks about where I want it. Set screw or is the keyway in where I need it? Sorry if I'm blocking you. Yeah, keyway should be good. Lock that down. That should be good. I'll let this down. Should tighten up our belt. You want this belt nice and tight so it doesn't move or slip when we get under a load. That feels pretty good, and we'll lock it down. Okay, that's done. That's not going anywhere. Okay. Okay, we'll give her a little choke, a little throttle. Noise alert. one thing I had to do was pop the belt off because it kept walking around on me. So it works. If you liked the video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.